but he wanted me to read a message from him. I've known Gurney since we were both in college at UK, and I think Gurney is an especially good choice for Poet Laureate in that he loves to travel and go to different places and is an adventurer. He's always very good on the road. He's a man of action. He makes things happen. And he makes me think of one of those circuit riders of pioneer days who traveled the circuit of little churches way out in the far-flung communities. And so I imagine that in Gurney's saddlebag he has poems and tales and short stories about kinfolks and above all, an urgent sense of purpose about inspiring young Kentucky writers. Anyway, here's what Gurney wanted me to read to you. Greetings to everyone on Kentucky Writers' Day. Your interest in writing makes you a member of Kentucky's long and excellent literary tradition. This tradition began in the late 1600s, when explorers described their experience of this region in diaries and journals. In 1750, Dr. Thomas Walker led an expedition through the Cumberland Gap and into Kentucky. His journals were later published as Journal of an Exploration in the spring of the year 1750. The early settlers in Kentucky wrote letters and made maps that make interesting reading today. The 20th century saw the rise of novelists and poets who created a modern literature for Kentucky. In the middle of the 20th century, perhaps Kentucky's greatest writer, Robert Penn Warren, from Guthrie, Kentucky, wrote many novels, short stories, and poems that led him to be named the United States' first national poet laureate. As the 20th century ended and the new century began, the bookshelves were lined by books from dozens of younger Kentucky writers who continue working today. I hope that your interest in writing will lead you to a study and appreciation for Kentucky literature. Your talents are important as you make your place in this tradition. Enjoy Kentucky Writers' Day in our state capitol building. Gurney Norman.